Hello my lovelies, it's Nisha. So today we are going to play mostly with Drugstore makeup. And sorry about my COVID hairstyle, but I'll sort it out later. The first thing I am going to use is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is one of my favorite Drugstore foundations in Golden Natural, which is 4D/4W. I think when I don't have a tan, I use the 3. I'm not sure, I can't remember now. But I've just bought this one not long ago. I really like this foundation. And I know that they have loads and loads of colors of that one. So, how are you all doing? Things are relaxing a bit. I am going to have my house redecorated. It's all back on, I think, end of June. But do you know, I know people have a go at me when I talk about it, but I am annoyed that they are still scaring us so much. Obviously things are getting much better, and remember, we're supposed to be locked down just to help the NHS when NHS is not overrun now. But what annoys me the most, that's why please don't comment if you only watch mainstream media, because I'm not interested in that rubbish. Do you watch Dr. John Campbell? He's a retired doctor. He's been reporting on this. He's been a voice of calm throughout the whole things. He basically comes on every day on YouTube and gives all the numbers of all the countries, how many infected. He collects all the data, and he obviously must have a bit more inside information because he is a doctor. He's so lovely. But yesterday he came out with amazing news. He said that, was it yesterday? He got hold of this paper, the study that just came out of Korea, where you know they are very advanced in all the labs and they're doing pretty well. The studies just come out that if you've had the disease, you cannot get it again. You build up antibodies and you can't get it again. And he explains exactly how it works. I will leave you the link to his channel. I've been watching him on and off, you know, especially at the beginning, because he had all the numbers from all the countries. He was the one that said that vitamin D3 is so important for your immune system. And he said, you know, this is really, really good news. So you could see how excited he was about it, that was the news. But this morning I turned on the TV, ITV I was watching, Lorraine, and Dr. Hillary, who, you know, I wouldn't listen to Dr. Hillary. I love Dr. Hillary, but you know, you have to remember that, do you think that on mainstream news they are allowed to say what they want? No. They have to go along with the government, don't they? So it's not like the independent news. They can't just say what they want. Or maybe he still doesn't know it. And if he doesn't know it, that's really bad, because he said this morning, and to me this is like, again, scaremongering. Yeah, you know, yeah, we're relaxing, it's going better, but remember, we don't know if you can get the disease again. Well, we do know now, but he obviously doesn't know. So, and that's what I mean, you get all these mixed messages that you don't know what to do. But I tend to believe that media is there to, you know, make it all dramatic and to scare you, obviously. Okay, I didn't bring a concealer, so I have to go and get my concealer. Okay, I don't have Drugstore concealer. I have the Nip and Fab, but I don't want to use it because that has been discontinued. I don't see it, and It always is that way. I really, really love that concealer, but you can't get it anymore. So I'm going to use my Chanel. Sorry, just ignore that. Yeah, so, you know, I feel as a TV doctor who people really respect and listen to, he should know this information instead of trying to scare you and say, well, you don't know if you get it again. Okay, now the only drugstore I would consider them drugstore powders are the Affect ones. They are quite hard to get, but you know, I've never really found a drugstore powder that I really liked. So, but I love those. So I've got the mineral loose powder in soft touch, and I have the skin luminizer pearl powder. Remember, this is the one that I've used under my eyes, and it's such a lovely invisible powder. So I'm going to use that under my eyes. And then I will use the other one, the mineral setting powder, to do everywhere else, which is gonna make me look ghostly. Okay, now again with the bronzers, I suppose my favorite was this one, the Makeup Revolution Sculpt and Glow, which is in Desert Sky, but I think this is too light for me now. And also Physicians Formula I have, but this one is a bit light. Let's try this one. Maybe I can build it up. Actually, that one is not that light. This is really nice duo with the highlighter, and the highlighter is really subtle as well. Yes, so I was thinking, when my house is going to be redecorated, I won't be able to film at all because they're doing it downstairs, upstairs. It will be such a mess. We also having our half of our staircase rebuilt because it's a bit wobbly. So yeah, I don't know, I should really sit down and pre-film loads of videos, but there isn't much that I can film about really. I haven't been buying much makeup, been buying some clothes. Honestly, I was so good for like 2 months, but now for brows, let me just show you. Right now I'm using the NYX Micro Brown Pencil, and I use two. I use taupe and ash brown. So I use taupe near the front and ash brown on the end. But I still use these two, and these are high-end, so I will be back. Okay, for my drugstore blush, I am still in love. You see, I've hit the pan, which I really do on a blush. The NYX Sweet Cheeks Glow, because they do them in matte. This one is glow, which means that it's got a bit of shimmer. And when I use this, I feel like I don't really need to use highlighter. And this one is in Daydream. I absolutely love this blush. Oh, by the way, when I was telling you about this doctor, I don't want you to think that he's one of those conspirators or anything. No, he worked for NHS, and if anything, he is always speaking more on a cautious side. He is quite careful. You know, but my point was that today it just proved to me that news is there to scare you. You know, it's a human nature. We prefer something dramatic, and you know, if there was only niceness on the news, no one would watch it. And it's not right, because I feel that Dr. Hillary, has got huge responsibility, because obviously a lot of people just listen to the mainstream news, and if he says something, it's a gospel to some people. So if there is evidence now that you can't get reinfected, he should be telling us that, not saying, oh, be careful, because we don't know. So, oh, he hasn't heard it, which is bad. He should. So I don't know. Anyway, I am so excited, and that's why I've decided to do this whole video, is because I bought these, the Little Elf bite-size eyeshadow palettes. I only got 2. They are quite hard to get. You can get them on Superdrug website, but it's very sketchy. It's very hard. I got them on Elf website, but they've sold out of almost all colors. So I have the rose water. They are just so dinky, and they are £3. So this is rose water. It's a bit mauvey, which you know I love. And then I have cream and sugar. These eyeshadows, I just swatched them. I don't know how they perform. I haven't put them on my eyes yet. But do you know what? If they perform as good as they swatch. So let me swatch for you the rose water. So you have here shimmery, matte, shimmery, and this one, it looks like it has a bit of shimmer or like some sort of specks, but it's mostly matte. They are so soft. So that's the first eyeshadow. Beautiful. Now the second one is matte. It's sort of greyish mauve. That's gorgeous for your crease. Then you have that shimmery mauve that is a bit darker. Look at that. And then you have this dark, almost like a black and purple. So that was the rose water. And let's do the cream and sugar. In here again you have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. So let's start with that very much skin-like. This one would be too light to put in your crease unless you are very pale, but it's nice to put it all over your lid. Then the second shimmery one is like a champagne color. Gorgeous. Then you've got this lovely gold, and I am not a fan of gold eyeshadows, but this one, it's not that brassy gold, it's like a lovely pale gold. I love this one. And then you've got really dark brown matte. So I will probably use this one today because, you know, I've got a bit more tan on. This is cooler, although it will look nice as well, but let's use this one. Okay, so yeah, let's use the cream and sugar. The only thing is I don't have much in a way of crease color, so I think I will start with this dark brown on my outer V, and I will try to really blend it out into my crease so it's not too dark, and then we'll blend it out with that light one as well. Okay, let's see. So I'm starting with that really dark brown. And I'm going to, whatever I've got left on the brush, push it up. So you see it's really like fading out towards my crease. I want obviously the most color here. Okay, so the matte, it's okay. It's not, it's quite pigmented. It's not bad at all, you know. Obviously it won't be as good as some of the high-end matte eyeshadows, but it's good. We will see once we've finished all that. Let me just keep blending it out with a clean brush. It's a lovely eyeshadow. Very dark, rich brown. I suppose I could have gone with the mauve one because this is not very warm, to be honest, but yeah, when you start blending it out, it's blending a bit too much, so you have to keep building it up. But come on, this is £3. Yeah, this one definitely, as you blending, is blending out a bit too much, if you know what I mean. But if you build it up, I quite like sometimes eyeshadows that actually need building up, because sometimes if they are too pigmented, especially if you're not experienced, then you just slap it on and you don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to take on a clean brush, that really light one, and I will just apply it here on the edge of that dark one right up to my eyebrow. See, that helps to blend that out as well. I probably will need to build it up again. Oh, this one has actually nice pigmentation, you know. Usually for light matte eyeshadows, it's hard to see the pigmentation. Oh, look at me when I drop my eyebrows, the dark one disappeared. So I always tell you about this in my hooded eyes videos, because when I'm applying makeup, I stretch my eyebrows and it looks beautiful, then I drop them and the eyeshadow has disappeared. So what I do then, I keep my eyebrows down and I go higher and higher till I can see that eyeshadow. Can you see? Let me do just this one and then we will compare it with the other one. Do it very lightly, you don't want to overdo it, but just go high till you can actually see that eyeshadow on your upper eyelid. Can you see the difference? Look at that one. When I go like this, you can see the eyeshadow, but when I go like this, nothing there. But here now you can see it. So let's fix that. And because my eyes are droopy as well, I need to make sure that I go higher here to lift the eye. Don't worry if that ends up too dark, we can blend it out with that beige eyeshadow. I love this little brush. This is that Polish Hulu P66. I will try to find it. There are some UK online stores that sell it. Okay, I'm going to go to that beige one again and just right on that border of that dark eyeshadow. I'm just sort of blending it out. Now I really want to use this gold eyeshadow. I will do it first with a brush to see how it applies with a brush, because you know a lot of these eyeshadows apply better with finger. Okay, no problem with the brush, and I'm sure you could intensify it if you wet the brush. Love that gold. That's the type of gold that I like. Very muted. I think those bright golds look better with brown eyes. I just never liked bright golds. Then I'm going to take that champagne shimmery one and just put it in my inner corner. Although that gold would do absolutely fine in there, you don't need that one. Love it. Okay, now I'm going to put that dark brown on my lower lash line. I'm going to put it quite close to my lash line and then blend it out because it is a bit dark. With a clean brush, just blend it out a bit. I feel like I want a bit of that gold here actually. Yeah, I shouldn't have even used that champagne one. That gold looks pretty with this. It warms up the look a bit because that brown is quite cool. I will get, when I can, all the other ones because imagine for travel. So imagine even if you took 4 of these and £3 each, it's amazing. I think they should come out with many more of these. I also bought actually ELF that HD hydrating concealer, but I bought it in such dark color that I can't use it, so I might have to try to buy the lighter one because I really wanted to try it. I was so disappointed. It's so hard to choose those colors online. I might actually go and do a little line with that dark brown. Yeah, I must say the dark brown, that matte one, is looking quite patchy. So not my favorite, this eyeshadow. The other 3 are amazing. But again, like I said, for £3, it's good enough. Yeah, it definitely goes patchy and sort of disappears a bit. I think that's good enough. Okay, mascara. And I have 2 mascaras. I have the L'Oreal Bambi Eye, which I like, and then I've got the Maybelline the Falsies Lash Lift. So let's go first with the Bambi Eye. I like the brush on it. It's a really nice mascara. Again, because the brush is quite dense, it brushes lovely through your eyelashes. Shall I apply the other one on the other eye? Because actually I haven't used it for a while, so I can't remember what the other one is like. Oh my god, my lashes are so long that I've just smudged it all under my eye now. Yeah, this one is so buildable. It doesn't clamp. Very nice. Apart from that smudge under my eye. Okay, let's do the Falsies Lash Lift. Totally different brush. Sort of hourglass shape. But I quite like this one too. Okay, I think I prefer the Bambi Eye. This one might be good to go over that one, yeah. When you go over that one, it gives you more volume. And you know, I never use just one mascara. I always use 2. I have one that will brush my eyelashes nicely, coat them, go through every lash, and then I put something else on to make them thicker. So this is no different to my high-end mascaras I use 2 also. These lashes are not so good on this eye. So I've got a gap, so obviously they're going through their cycle of falling out now, and I've had a gap here for a while now, but I can see little lashes growing now. Okay, yeah, they are very, very nice mascaras, but I need 2. Okay, for my lips, I am going to use one of my favorite NYX lip liner in Los Angeles, I think this one is, yeah. And I think I will use a gloss because that's what I'm mostly using now. I could use my Oh My Gloss from Rimmel, that is my all-time favorite, but I think because this is a bit goldy, I might use the Kiko 3D Hydra Lip Gloss in 18. They are not that easy to get, but it's a gorgeous lip gloss. I'm going to sort my hair out and I will be back. Okay, I wouldn't call this sorting my hair out, but that's the best that it can be. But I have to have my hair up because it's really hot. I've also put my earrings on. Do you remember these? I bought them in Spain in a little boutique. They are handmade out of clay and painted. They are little magnolias. I don't know, some petally things, but I think they are so gorgeous. They are very delicate. So you have to be careful how you store them. Not that I can give you a link for them because it was in like an independent boutique. Okay, so the foundation I already know I like, and the powders, I like everything because I've already used it. With the eyeshadows, I can definitely say that the matte is quite muddy and patchy in that palette. But then if you had a palette that didn't have dark eyeshadow like this, it would be probably more forgiving. Just because this eyeshadow should be so rich and it's so dark, it really shows. So it's definitely patchy, so it's not too good, but the shimmers are wonderful. I still, you know, if you were, I'm not a makeup artist. I might know a bit more about eyeshadows than the average person, but if you are not that bothered, you know, you don't sit there and scrutinize every tiny bit about your eyeshadow, I would strongly recommend it, especially for £3. Just buy one maybe first and try it and see, because even if I didn't use that dark brown, the other three are still amazing, so I can still use those. Okay, my lovelies, it was a bit long video, wasn't it? But it is a chatty get ready with me, doing a lot of chatting right now. Thank you so much for watching and stay fabulous. Bye.